Hello everyone. Come, let us discuss one beautiful problem from the chapter of straight line. Okay, so I think that you all see the problem that is given. So before discussing the problem, actually we are making three subparts. The first part, we will discuss what is required to solve and discuss the problem. That is the theory part. In behind of the problem, that parts are required, and number 2 is understanding the problem, and number 3 is solution of the problem. Okay, so before going to the understanding of the question, some little parts that I will share with you around the portion that is required to solve this problem. Okay, so that is, look, suppose I am taking here suppose one straight line here. Okay, and you all know, if we take one line that is parallel to our earth, and if another one line will take that is perpendicular to our earth, so that two axes are actually known as x and y coordinate na. Okay, so these are the lines. So these are your x and y coordinate, and suppose, look, any one line is there. Okay, suppose any one line is there. Suppose this is one line. Okay, this is any one line, and actually you have to find out the equation of this line. Okay, so let some name we are going to provide. Suppose the straight line is AB. Okay, suppose this is the line A and B. So this is the straight line AB, and suppose this is your x axis, and suppose this is your y axis. Okay, and where x and y meet, that is actually the origin na? Okay, now look, if one straight line is there that cut some portion from x and y axis, like that. Look, this straight line AB cut some portion from x axis. This is the portion from here to here. So this is the part that has been cut down by the straight line from the x axis, and this is the part from this to this. This is the part. This part is also cut down by the straight line from y axis now. So suppose this length is A and this length is suppose B. So if the lengths are provided A and B, then we can write down the equation of the line AB in intercept form. Okay, this form is known as intercept form. Intercept form, in many ways we can write the equation of any straight line, but here if some line is there that cuts down some portion from x and y, so that portion are actually known as x intercept and y intercept. Okay, so here you can easily understand that here the x intercept is A, and here y intercept is here B. So if x and y intercept are known, then we can write down the equation of the line, here AB. So equation of line AB will be x by A plus y by B equals to 1. Whatever the intercept, just write down here. Okay, so you can write down the equation of the straight line, that is known as intercept form. Why we are discussing this form? You can just relate this form whenever we go to the problem. Okay, the next thing we want to discuss with you, that is suppose another one form. Okay, so how about this form? Look, again I am taking some x axis here. Suppose this is your x axis, and suppose this is y axis. Okay, and the line is same. Suppose the line is same like that. Okay, this is the line, and Now I am giving the name also of the line, the same line, so that's why I am providing that the line is A and B. Okay, and the same thing, this is x axis, this is y axis, and this is the origin. Now look, here also we have to write down the equation of AB, but now the form is different. This form is used when the length of the perpendicular of the line from the origin is given. Look, I am giving the simplest way to understand. Look, suppose I am taking one perpendicular to the line from the origin. Look, suppose this is a line from origin to the given line. Okay, and look, this is a perpendicular. Okay, so if this perpendicular length we know, suppose the perpendicular length we know, suppose this perpendicular length is suppose P. Okay, this perpendicular length, that means from this to this. If the perpendicular length of the line is given from the origin, and suppose this perpendicular line is making one angle alpha with the positive direction of x axis. Look, what are the things that are required? Number one is the length of the perpendicular from the origin to the line, one that is required, that is here suppose P, and another one thing that is required, that is the angle that is made by the perpendicular with the positive direction of x axis. Suppose this is also given alpha. If these two things are given, in that case we also write down the equation of AB. In that case we can also write down the equation of AB, and in this case the equation is known as normal form of equation of straight line. Okay, the same line, previous one is intercept form and this form is normal form, but the line are actually same. What is the form? The form is x into the cos of alpha plus y into sine of alpha, that is equals to P. So this is the equation of AB. So if you write down the equation of AB in intercept form, so in that case the equation of AB will be like x by a plus y by b equals to 1. And if you write down the equation of this line in intercept form, normal form, then the equation will be like that, that is x cos alpha plus y sin alpha equals to P, where alpha is the angle that is made by the perpendicular that is drawn from the origin to the line and with the positive x axis, and P is the length of the perpendicular. Okay, so I think that all you understanding my concept that what is normal form of straight line and what is intercept form of straight line. The straight line are basically same, but we are writing the equation of the straight line into different way. Okay, so now smoothly we are moving around the problem that is given. So problem is one straight line is there, and that cuts off the intercept. Look, the intercept form, that's why we have given already. Okay, so one straight line is there that cuts off the intercepts OA, that is length of A, and OB, that is B, from the positive direction of x and y axis respectively. So the same thing that we have drawn here, so you can relate if you look at the picture. So one straight line is there that cuts down some OA. Suppose if the point is A, so this OA is A unit, and this, suppose if you take here B here, so this length is B. Suppose we are changing the name of the line now, suppose the line is PQ line, suppose any line can be there, and if you take the cuts down portion, that is OA and OB, the length are A and B, those are given. Okay, so these are the intercepts form that are given. The first portion is telling that. Okay, and now if the perpendicular from the origin O to the line, look the second form, if the perpendicular from origin O to the line makes an angle pi by 6 with the positive direction of y axis. Look very carefully. So if you draw the perpendicular from the origin to the line makes an angle pi by 6, but this is not the angle that makes angle with positive direction of x axis. But whenever we are discussing the form that is required in normal form, the angle is required that is made by the perpendicular with the positive direction of x axis. But here the angle that is given, the angle is pi by 6, the angle is pi by 6, and that is actually made with the positive direction of y axis. Okay, so no problem, just understand the problem that is given. Okay, and the area of the triangle so formed OAB, that is 98 root 3 divided by 3. So now you have to find the value of a square minus b square. So if you try to visualize the whole problem in a single figure, so we can draw some figure like that. Look, suppose I am taking another one slide, and here we try to draw some picture again. So look, so suppose this is your x axis, okay, and again this is your y axis, okay, and suppose the line that's is like that, okay. So now suppose this is the perpendicular from the origin to the line, we also draw here. Clear? This is the perpendicular. Okay, so now some naming is too much required, so I am giving according to the problem. This is the origin AO and this is the A, okay, and this distance OA from O to from A, this distance is given. Actually this distance OA is a unit that is given, and this distance O and B, so this is B and this B, actually this distance is units. So you can relate towards my already given intercept formula, that is this A is actually x intercept and that is B, that is your y intercept. So like suppose I am telling the line is PQ line, so from here you can write down equation of PQ line in intercept form. If you write, if intercept form, if you try to write, the equation will be like x by A plus y by B equals to 1. Okay, now look, if you try to use the second part, the condition that are provided, this perpendicular makes an angle pi by 6 with positive direction of y. If this is the positive direction of y, and with this perpendicular makes an angle pi by 6. Pi by 6 means 30 degree angle, but the angle that is required, that is this portion, na? The angle that with the perpendicular to the positive direction of x. Look, if this will be 30, so absolutely this value will be 60 degree. So this value of alpha, the value of alpha now we know, but the distance of the perpendicular, that is also required, but that is not given in the problem. So let us suppose the suppose this is P, okay, suppose this is any other point OR, this is the perpendicular, and let us assume that the perpendicular distance is small p, that is not given. So if alpha value is 60 degree and the length of the perpendicular is P, then we can also write down the equation of PQ line in normal form also, na? In normal form. So what will be the equation of line? So that will be x cos 60 plus y sin 60 equals to 1. So now look, this, if you take this equation as 1 and if you take this equation as 2, so actually these are the same line equation. This is the line PQ equation is this, and here also equation of PQ is this, but and the forms are different but lines are same. So that's why we can tell the equation are actually same, na? The equation are actually same, but the forms are different. So if you write down the equation again, so the first equation that we have written for the line PQ, that is like that in intercept form, and in normal form the same line is written in this form. So x cos 60 plus y sin 60 is equals to 1. So that will be x cos 60, cos 60 means this, and sin 60 means, so this equals to, so this distance is p na, so this equation is p because the length of perpendicular is p. So in the right hand side we actually write whatever the length of the perpendicular that is given. Look, x cos alpha plus y sin alpha equals to p. So here also the equation will be here, that is p, and here also the equation will be like p. Okay, this is also p. Clear? So now if you divide the whole equation by p, so that will be x by 2p plus y root 3 divided by 2p equals to 1. Okay, so now it also can be written as x by 2p plus y by, we can write here 2p by root 3, it can be 1, we can write down. So now if you take this equation as 1 and this equation as 2, both the equation forms are different but the line is same, that's why we can compare both the lines. So here that is a and here that is 2p, so that's why we can write the value of a, that will be 2p, and the value of b in the same way, the value of b will be 2p by root 3 na, so that will be 2p by root 3. Okay, so the value of a and b now we know, but here if you look, the value of the area, that is also given. The area of triangle OAB is this one, area is also given, then you have to find the value of a square minus b square. Okay, now look, what will be the area if you look about the figure. So this is the triangle OAB na, this is the triangle OAB. So this is a right angle triangle and the base is the length of a and the height is the length of b. So we know the formula of area, of the triangle OAB, that will be half into base into height, so that will be half AB. Now we know the value of a and b, that is 2p and 2p by root 3. So if you put, so that will be half into a is 2p and b is 2p by root 3 na, b is 2p by root 3, b is 2p by root 3, yes. So the actual value, it can be 2p square by root 3. And look, according to the question, this area is given, that is actually 98 root 3 divided by 3. So if you calculate, the value of p square will be 98. So that's why value of p will be 2p square will be 98. So that's why p square will be 49. So p can be plus or minus 7. But if you look, p is the length of the perpendicular na, so we cannot consider that p equals to minus 7, we cannot consider. So that's why p is equals to obviously 7. So now if you put the value of p in a and b, so the value of a will be 14 and the value of b will be, that will be 28 by root 3. But the question is actually asking me what will be the value of a square minus b square. So if you take a square, that will be 196 and that will be p is 7 na, so that will be 14 by root 3. Okay, so if you take a square, that will be also 196 by 3. So if you take a calculation, so that will be 3s are 1s are, that is 2z means 392 divided by 3 square unit. Okay, so this will be the answer, 392 divided by 3. So I think you all got all of my points, so we'll